Good morning, everyone. How is everybody doing on this beautiful Saturday morning? It definitely is a beautiful Saturday morning. I love the weather here this time of year. Not too hot, not too cold. Perfect weather. I am still getting settled here. I hit a bunch of yard sales, didn't really find anything, but I hit them nonetheless. So I got home and started pulling more knives that I sold. Man, you just don't realize how big of a hassle it is when you keep up with every single box from every knife you've ever bought. And then when you go to sell them, you have to find all those boxes. What a pain in the butt. But at least I'm getting rid of all those boxes as well, because I've sent out 50 knives so far, and every one of them had their box. By the way, good morning, Mr. Paul and Mr. Ed. Hope you gentlemen are doing great this morning. I figured out why my stream was acting funny the last couple of days. I posted it in the Discord, but I was streaming in 4K the last couple of days. So no wonder my YouTube thing kept popping up telling me I was lagging. I usually stream at 1080, and the last couple of days I forgot to change it when I did an unboxing video. So I was trying to push out the stream at 4K. So that's why that message kept popping up. But I got that fixed. So this morning, I do have some more knives on the table that I sold over the night. Got 9 more going out today. But in my front pocket last night, I carried my Tacom the Unnamed, which is a great knife, makes a great noise. Got that nice clunk. Glad to hear you're doing good this morning, Ed. It's raining there? Yeah, it's not raining here. It's sunny. It was raining yesterday, I believe, a little bit. Yeah, I had this in the front pocket. Morning, Dwayne. And then in the back pocket, I had my Berg Blades Tick, which is another just super sweet knife. I love the hollow grind on this thing. Got one of the deepest hollow grinds of any knife I have, considering how thick the blade starts and then where it ends. But this is a super comfortable knife too, very slicey. Action on it is not perfect. Doesn't drop as smoothly as I wish it would. But yeah, so this is what I'm having to go through. I'm having to go through and find every single box for every knife. So like this one, got the box for it. And then I started pulling these before the stream this morning. Here's the Medford box for this big Medford over here. But yeah, it's pretty annoying having to dig through all these trash bags of boxes to get the right ones, but at least the guys are getting knives with boxes, so they kind of look professional. I had 2 more Benchmades going. Actually, I had 3 more, huh? So I couldn't find. Morning, Michael. This is a super cool one. This is the Mini Ruckus. Oh yeah, I've got both of those. I forgot both of those sold last night. But the Mini Ruckus is a pretty cool little knife. This one has, I guess the black one has better action. And then this is the Redoubt, which is a pretty cool one too. But I have to just use generic. I didn't have, good morning, Clint. I didn't have the exact right boxes, the labeled boxes for these. So they must have came in one without a label. So I got that one. Got this one. Is that a... Yeah, that'll go in there. Boy, that's a generic Benchmade box, huh? These mini Ruckus are harder to find. Sorry, I'm just using this little first part of the stream to get some of these knives out of the way here. Alright, there's two of them, and then I got one more generic box. I will throw the last Ruckus in. And I bet the Shootout came in a... I wonder if the Shootout had a... It's got that nice ping sound, that spring sound. You can fix that by putting some grease on the spring. But yeah, it's a weird one. I'm going to throw it in this black generic box. It might have came in this black box. Who knows? I don't know which ones come in the black boxes. No clue. But he's getting a Benchmade box. Alright. I got those out of the way. Now I've only got 3 more boxes to find this morning. And I got 9 more knives going out. This is I don't even know what this is. This is just a cheap... This is like a copy of a C. Jewel Herberts. C. Jewel Herberts. Yeah, you can use white lithium grease to fix that spring noise, Nick. I've got a tube of it somewhere, but they make white lithium grease that's okay for it to get rid of that spring noise on cheap OTFs. There's videos talking about it. I'm not. You just put it on the springs. You don't put it on. I don't know why you're saying you shouldn't, but I've heard that white lithium grease is fine. There's videos talking about it, and it fixed one of mine for sure. One of my Lightning knives had that noise sound, and I put it on there, and it hasn't affected anything except the sound. No, white lithium is what I was told to use. So I took the project knife to work last night, and let's see. Yeah, not like heavy grease. I took these 3 to work last night too because I wanted, but y'all saw these yesterday, so no big deal, but I wanted to shoot some shorts on my 3 Hogues. I did not actually get that done. Yeah, it's just to fix that spring noise on cheap ones. The good ones don't have that spring noise, so I wouldn't think you would need to do that. But I was wanting to try to speed up the video. Morning, so I took this knife and I did something cool to it, but I also did something So I took and so I was I figured out something really weird last night when it comes to this knife. I was using the Dremel to get rid of that little place where I hit it with I was just barely hitting it with the Dremel, and then I noticed it started leaving this cool pattern on it. It almost looks like a well, now I can't even think of it. What's that pattern? Orange peel. So it almost looks like orange peel, but all I did was hit it with the drum on the Dremel for like 1 second on each area, and it gave it this cool like pattern. I hope y'all can see that cool pattern. But yeah, I finished. I put a little sharper transition like it's supposed to have for the point down here. Got all the edges nice and cleaned up. And then I started thinking about getting the handle sized down to where it wouldn't take as long on video. So I cut the handle part out of the stencil. And then I took and I got these sized down to where we won't have much work to do on the video, because I know y'all don't want to see me cutting all these little pieces off. So I did get the handle a lot closer to being how it's supposed to be. I've still got plenty of material. The knife will sit inside them, so we can get it, you know, matched up right. But I did start getting the handles closer for the video, so that's pretty cool. Thank you, Paul. And I thought about how I wanted to attach the hand. Oh, and for Ed, or Ed will like this, I kept all the little pieces that I cut off, and I'm going to figure out how to make some beads for a lanyard for this knife from some of these pieces that are left over. So I don't know if I'll have to double stack them and epoxy them and put me a hole in them, or if I can get a hole. I think I can get a hole for a lanyard through this, and then I'll shape me a piece like an oval or some kind of bead. I'll put it in the drill press, drill a hole all the way through it, then shape a nice little piece, and then throw it in my tumbler to smooth it out. So I kept these little pieces, thinking I could make some kind of little pieces for a lanyard. And then I started thinking about how I wanted, so it's going to have two pin, well, it's got two places for pins, as you can see here. And then it's going to have a lanyard hole back here in the back. So I thought about how I wanted to do these pins, whether I wanted to put pins in or what. And since I don't particularly love this blue, I'm going to use, hold on just a second. I gotta respond to a message really quick. I'm going to use Corby bolts to attach the scales instead of using pins, so that I can take them off to clean. If you're not familiar with what Corby bolts are, they're the bolts that go through and then a screw goes in on the other side. One of them has the head attached to the tube that goes through the middle, and then the other screws into it. So I decided I'm going to use those, so I ordered those. They'll be here tomorrow. And I got silver ones that have a T8 screw in them. And I posted a picture on the Discord. If you're not totally familiar with what I'm talking about. So let me bring that up real quick. Stupid Discord's got to go through its updates every time you go to use it. But these are Corby. These are the things I'm talking about right here. So I will drill a hole through the blade and the scales, the size of that middle tube, and then I will screw the screw in from the other side, and I will countersink both sides to where they sit flush with the knife scales. So they will have those two little things right here where these two holes are, and they'll go through both of them, and I will countersink them to where they're flush with the scales. And then I can take it apart for cleaning or to change the scales out. So I could make me some new scales and change this blue out. So yeah, I got that decided. But it is looking and feeling more like a knife. It's going to be comfortable. I think it's bigger right now than it will be, of course, because I haven't sanded these down. Yeah, I can't wait to put the blade grind in it. And you can see here, this is the blade grind that we'll put in it. So yeah, messed around at work and did that last night. So that was cool. All right. But this texture it did from that sanding drum is really weird. It feels smooth, but it looks like that. And I only hit it like a second, like everywhere. I just barely went over it. I think that's what made the pattern. I think the sanding drum is a very low grit, and so it kind of gave it it just hit it in the high spots or something. It kind of leveled it off, but it gave it that like hammered finish. And I'm wondering if I want to leave that on there at the top of the blade grind here. I think it might look good for this part right here to be that same pattern right there. So I don't know. We'll see when we get there. How are you gentlemen doing this Saturday morning? What are y'all getting into today? How do you like your frack? Keep it scale, stupid. It's a big knife, isn't it? It's a big boy. But I hope y'all can hear me. I know we're not have that many people in here this morning, but that's all right. Weekends are usually slow. Yeah, it is bigger than it looked, huh? That's what she said. All right. What are we going to look at today in the knife world? Oh, I know. I wanted to show y'all what I've decided to do the blade grind. I can't even type. We're going to make one of these. So I thought we'd go over this little video in case y'all haven't seen something like this.
Show you how to make and use a filing jig like the one that I've used in my previous videos. So today I'm going to show you how to make this, which is a simplified and improved version of the jig that I've used in the past. It costs about 20 bucks to make, not including the file, and all of the parts are available at pretty much any hardware store.
Here you can see a selection of the materials that we're going to be using to build our filing jig. The full bill of materials is asked them to do it. We're going to put some glue on the...
We're going to kind of skip ahead, just kind of show what he's doing. So he's making a T
inch hole dries
with a couple of boards
until the glue dries. Once everything...
Then he's going to start putting holes all the way down.
You should center punch them as well.
to adjust, to be able to adjust the angle.
30 seconds of an inch drill bit, so the bolts can be easily screwed in and out. This is accomplished by taking a normal bolt and forcing it to tap the holes for us. This is both quicker and cheaper than using a traditional tap for the same purpose. After all the holes are tapped, we can go ahead and test fit our eye bolt. The eye bolt will serve as the guide for our file guide rod. The last step is to cut our file guide to length and fit it to the file. The file guide is made from a simple piece of steel rod. The rod should be the length of the file plus the length of the jig, approximately 20 so that it doesn't jig. Most do is
now he's going to take.
Square plunge lines are hard to finish nicely and can cause a weak point in the knife, so I tend to avoid them. Put a 1/16 inch radius on all the corners of the file using a bench grinder, belt sander, or a Dremel, but they are great for to wrap the.
Then he's going to attach the file to the rod with some clamps.
The jig is now ready to be mounted in a vise or firmly clamped to a bench. Okay guys, now that we've better the knife and the guide. So as you can see here, we've got a couple of different elements to our jig. We've got our file and the guide rod. We've got the eye bolt, which forms the guide for the guide rod. We've got our platform here. We've got two bolts, one of which is a backstop and stops the knife from pivoting or from moving out of the way when you're putting pressure on it with the file. And the other one is the stop bolt that stops the file from moving left and forms your plunge line. So basically the plunge line is the transition between the blade bevel and the ricasso, the flat area next to the blade bevel. So once you're ready to grind your blade bevel, the first thing you need to do is take your blank and mark a center line down the middle. So you can use a drill bit. So if you're using 1/8 stock, you can use a 1/8 drill bit to mark the center line. Once you've got it clamped to your jig, you want to set the eye bolt as high as you can at the rearmost position, and then start taking cuts until you reach down to the center line. And at that point the grind might be quite shallow. It'll only be, you know, this deep, for instance. And basically once you've hit that center line, once you're near the center line, you're going to start lowering the eye bolt or moving it further back or using a lower one, so that you start removing more back and edge. Find too much more. You're playing with
so
the
I want to. So this is how to make the jig.
Because you need to keep yourself.
But so that's all you do to make the jig. But I want to show somebody using one.
Notice how I'm taking wide and deep.
Oh, here we go.
Here I'm showing some footage of the file guide in use, so that you can observe my technique in detail. Notice how I'm taking wide, even, steady strokes, and that when I near the plunge line, I make sure to always lightly touch the stop bolt without dwelling too much in that area.
But that's about all we're going to put in ours, is about that much of a grind.
Steadily and evenly working backward in parallel to the cutting edge. This is key for getting a nice bevel.
That's how we're gonna. That's what we're gonna use to make ours, because everybody can build one of these for pretty cheap. And then you repeat the process on the other side. So that is what we're gonna do, since it's cheap. Good morning, Andrew. Yeah, I've got lots of wood glue, Nick. I've got lots of wood equipment. Yeah, it would work for sharpening, but it definitely works for yeah, Nick, we're going to build I've already shown, you weren't here that day, but we're going to make a little coffee can forge. all you got to do is pour
it in.
Plaster of Paris and sand and water.
Sand right there. And
around a can. You put a can in the middle of an old coffee can, and you pour the plaster of Paris and sand around it to make your refractory material.
And
then you let it set for 10 minutes, and you pull the can out of the middle. And then you have a blowtorch.
Clean this up a little bit.
Forge. You pull this out.
It produces enough BTU to heat up this.
And then you can use a torch.
And this is just from the wall is pipe, a hose.
And then there you go. So we're going to build a little coffee can forge. And this Pro Cut steel is very easy to forge. You only have to get it up to 1450 degrees, and it's made really easy to heat treat. But that should work fine. Yeah, no, I'm just going to use, I'm just going to get it up to temp, and then I'm just going to use this, I'm just going to use this laser to point at it to tell what temperature we're at. I'm just going to use one of those little digital, and then I've got a little toaster oven that we're going to use to temper it. Yeah, I've never done any of this, Nick, so it's all new for me, too. But if you go back and look at the Pops Pro Cut, Pops Pro Cut steel, which is what I'm using, and Knife Steel Nerds did an awesome write-up. He's the one that created it, and he did an awesome video showing how great it is, but on the Pops Pro Cut website, it talks about, let's see. He's got a, let's see, Pops Pro Cut heat treat. He's got an article where he talks about it. Let me see if I can find it. I must not have been looking properly. Come on, website. What's going on? Yeah, it says down here 1425, 400 temper, 1475, 400 temper, 1600, 400 temper. So you can make it harder tempering. Let's see. Heat toughness, tempering temperature around 450. That's pretty awesome. We can do that in a toaster oven. You can, yeah, so 1625 to 1675 to max out toughness, and 1475 to 1575 to retain more carbide for wear resistance. But it should be easy to, you can quench it in anything too, including vegetable oil, which is pretty cool. So, yeah. Yeah, $17 for that kit is pretty awesome. If you go to the main page, they have the challenge kit. And you go right here and click on the challenge kit. And it's just $17 for the kit that we bought for this knife. Or that I bought for this knife, for us. So now I want to buy a bunch more. Yeah, we ought to be able to get it to that temperature in the microwave, Ed. And Nick, I don't think you were here, but I had quite a few designs that we voted on, and I had like 12, I think, but they're all right here. Let's see. Here's a lot of them, but those all fit on that same blank. So now I want to make them all. I like the third one down on the left side, and I like the second one down on the right side. So I want to make both of those. I like the top one on the left too. I like a lot of them. Like, I want to buy a bunch of those kits now and make them all. Yeah, I like the top right one too. But yeah, now I've got a problem where I want to make them all. But I like that one a lot. And I like well, yeah, there's that one. And that's the one we picked, but there's a clip point version of it. Yeah, and that's the other one I like. That one looks like it'd be comfortable. And there's the Warncliffe version of the same one. But yeah. So we voted on the channel and everybody picked that one. All right, now let's go over the Discord picks. Yeah, there's that texture. You can see it kind of looks like suede. Here's a video kind of showing it. Good lighting. I don't know. It gave it a cool look. Whatever it did. And you can't feel it at all. I don't know. It's weird. All right. Knife picks. Ed's been posting a bunch of his new lanyards on his Miller Brothers. Yeah, these are definitely photogenic knives. They're made for Ed. Yep, super cool, super cool. Mr. Whalen got a couple of clones I sent him yesterday. He said he liked those. The pocket checks. Oh yeah, and Death Blossom got his purple goblin that we did on stream. Glad he liked it as well. Yeah, Ed, they're for you they might be. Good morning, Pete, by the way. I didn't see you pop in. That's funny. You and Fred posted, I believe he posted his yesterday. So I guess you got one. I thought you missed the drop. Keep it scale stupid. I've got one I'll sell you. You might not want to pay what it costs, but I've got one of those millers. And I don't want it. It's a crazy knife. I just showed it on screen. Pete, it's in the pocket check. He got the milled one. It's the same one. It's in the pocket check channel right here. Same knife. But yeah, keep it scale stupid. I've got one in a box with all the card and the little booklet and the tool and all that for you whenever you want one. Cut. Come on. Knife. Yeah, if you think that frack is big, this thing's a beast. Still not as big as the Omega, though, in width. It's a little longer than the Omega. Not much. But the Omega's thicker. And the blade is way thicker. It's just sitting here waiting on you, Paul. Oh, man. Yeah, I can't wait to get more done to this knife. Doing the contouring on the scales is going to be fun, getting it all where it's comfortable and how round it off towards the blade, and that's going to be fun. All right. What else are we looking at today in the knife world? Let's go hit up some, see what's going on in the Reddit world. We could go check out Knife Swap as well. There's that $10 Beef Fonder knife. That's a great little knife. Oh, I know one I wanted to show y'all. There's a new crossbar lock. Oh, look. Somebody else got one yesterday. Guess everybody's getting them in. But check this out. Oh yeah, there's a high fin. There's this Amazon brand right here. KMST. And that's a pretty cool looking little knife. He had an issue with it. Oh, have y'all seen Kaiser's mystery boxes? Mystery bundles? You can either get 2 or 3 knives, and they're different price ranges, and then they send you a mystery pick. Uh, More picks coming in of the Millers. All right, let's go see what's popping on Knife Swap this morning. McNeese, 2 Kaiser front flippers and CRKT budget trio. BCP. Oh yeah, I finally almost bought Arcane, the Abyss. I wonder if it's still for sale. I think it was the Abyss. Yeah, so I almost bought this one. Is it still for sale? Might be. That's one of the models from them that I actually like because it's not all crazy. But I almost grabbed that one. Definitely one of the models that from them that I like. Most of their stuff has holes in it. It's way too wild. That one's more my style. He had something else that I was thinking about buying too. What was it? He had an Alamo. It's got carbon fiber though. Oh yeah, I was looking at this purple. It's got too many holes in it, and I don't want a chevron. I cannot believe he sold that knife for $215 that I've got, the Ari. I think I was gonna list mine for like $140, but that one sold for $215 yesterday. So thanks, guy. Now I know what I can price it at. He's also selling his Scout 3.5 for $3.25, but it hasn't sold yet. But I would love getting that money out of that too. Superlative. Matador. I bought another. Oh, you remember? We looked at that $110 SMF with the black. It's supposed to be DLC. Maybe if I show it to you, you'll remember. It was the bright colored one. It was the lightning anode. I don't know what I'm looking for. Hold on. Let me see if I can. It's down here. Hold on just a second. Anyway, I told y'all I wanted to check out that DLC because getting DLC that cheap might be a deal. There's that little KMST knife. Little budget knife, $35 knife, looks nice. But anyway, this guy had one for sale and I grabbed it. because here it is. So is it a SM? It's a SNG clone, sorry. But it's got the DLC blade. But he said the centering was off, and he had it for $45 for a DLC and lightning anode titanium SNG. So I was like, I'll buy it just to work on it for a project. He said the washers aren't smooth on it. But I thought for $45, heck, I know I can turn around and fix it, sell it. So that one will be here probably Monday when I'm out of town. So that's pretty good pickup for $45. We get to see how that DLC works. And then I grabbed a Vostede Nightshade because I've been wanting one for a while, and I thought I would get one just to so I bought this one anyway. I bought this one. No, I didn't buy that one. Where's the... Hold on. I totally clicked the wrong link. I don't know where I bought it. Anyway, it was a jade. It's a jade nightshade. And we're going to dye it on the channel. I don't know why it's not popping up on here. Nightshade. Handful of Vostedes. There's a Martin. $50. I missed that one again. Maybe it's this one. Yeah, here it is. I bought this one because I like the Nightshade, even though it's a weird looking knife. And it came with the Jade G10, so we can dye it whatever color I want. And I've got a mini Nightshade. I grabbed that one too. I got it for a good price too. What did I give him for it? I think I gave him $70. Oh yeah, I offered him $70. But it's got Elmax blade steel. So once I change the color of that G10, it'll be a good little knife. Ed, I don't care. You can post as many pictures as you want. Your Mortal Kombat in the background. I don't know. Is that Mortal Kombat? I think it is. Alright, let's just go see what else is going on in the knives here. Got a Chris Reeve with a Spidey hole. Want to sell pocket hanks. Huh. Here's some good ideas. for some hanks. Oh, you made that, Ed? That's super cool. Tucson recommendations. Yeah, I didn't win that 559 again, but I'm working on another one. He's about to sell out of them. Yeah, pretty crazy about catching the shooter. I still got to get one of those eventually. That's a clean knife. I want the plain one though, the Gen 1 one. Let's see, what else we got? Oh, there was a crazy post. A guy bought a couple of Benchmades at a yard sale. They were both fake. He paid $220. That sucked. But they were obviously fake. But a lot of people told him about the foam was one of the quickest giveaways. Today I'll be getting that Lucas P and that Velvet Snake. Those will both be delivered today. So I thought for the vacation, since I'm going on vacation Monday and streaming from down there, this next Thursday we got to work on the knife. So the reason I showed y'all that filing jig is because I think that's what we're going to do while I'm on vacation is file the blade. So, or we might skip this Thursday from working on the knife because I'm on vacation. But if I can get the jig built today, then I could take it with me and we could work on putting the blade grind on. And then I won't have to take a bunch of tools. I can just take that jig. But I don't know if I can get that done today. So if I can't, we could attach the handles and sand those down. Because I will get those screws tomorrow. They'll be delivered so we could drill. Yeah, we might do that, but we are going to work on it while I'm on vacation. I guess I could take that little sander anywhere I want to go anyway. We could get this all rounded up and hooked up. What I decided I'm gonna do is use hot glue. Just put a couple of little drops of hot glue on the inside of these to stick it to the blade when I drill my holes, because you can pull hot glue off, but it'll hold them in place long enough to get the holes all aligned. So that's what we're going to do with that. And then I left enough material, as you can see, to sand it down to match the blade. So, yeah. Anyway, what else are we going to talk about today? Y'all got to help me out today. I didn't have any new knife deliveries, and I've got stuff scattered all over the place. And I don't have anything new to show. So we've almost made it an hour of nothing. Y'all got to give me something to talk about or look at. What's going on in y'all's knife worlds? This knife sucks. So glad I got rid of it. Can't even open it. There we go. You can slow roll it. I don't even know who this guy is. Any of y'all know who this guy is? C. Jewel Herberts. I believe it's a German knife. I don't know why I bought this thing. C. Jewel Herberts. Let's look that up. That'll give us something to do. C. Jewel Herberts. Herbert's Knives, German knife shop. What are the numbers on this thing? Let's see. I can't see it, so I'm gonna cheat and use the camera. Tuning Millers, yeah. What is this number? 237111. 237111. There we go. There it is. What is this thing? Ah, that's a fake one too. That's about what I paid for it. Where's the original? Huh. Aha. Oh, maybe it is a real one. Maybe they're just that cheap. That can't be real. Well, I don't know. There's other real knives on this site, so Vosteed. Weird looking at a foreign knife shop. Wonder if we can find some knives we can't find over here. Yeah, I'd say so. A purple bladed freak, mini freak with amber ultim. That's pretty wild. What are these other exclusives here? More products. Tengu tool. That's a $650 Tengu tool. Oh, look at the prices of some of these. Boker. Gold Damascus. That's a pretty wild knife. Yeah, it's fun to see what they can get over there exclusive to them. Hey, I just sold a clone of that. Yeah, this is a rabbit hole for sure. Exclusive knives on a foreign website. There's that Acta non verba. Wow, I didn't know they made knives that nice. That one doesn't have the crazy clip on the end like the ones on Knife Center. Huh. Yeah, the one on, I think it was Knife Center. Acta non verba. Maybe it was. Yeah. These all had that crazy clip that stuck out the back. Way too far. We talked about wanting to try one of those, but I didn't know they made on request full custom ones. Well, that's a pretty one. Okatai. Wow. What else we got here on this website? A Mare Creator Slip Joint. Mare. That's a Mare. It's a Mare. Yeah, that's a... That's a knife. This is in the Czech Republic. This website. Czechoslovakia. I think it's changed names. It's something else now, though, isn't it? Pretty sure. Just cool to see some of the stuff. There's a best deck I hadn't seen. There's the Exploit. I bet you can find stuff on a site like this that was sold out over here everywhere. A bunch of best decks. Pretty wild prices. Then you got to pay the import fees. There's another $600 Boker. Like, what's going on in this world? $1,000 Boker? Oh, that's weird. Wow, the 4 Max Elite over there cost them $600. Spada XL, same. Crazy. Trying to find something I hadn't really, I mean, I'm definitely seeing stuff I haven't seen, but some cool knives on here. Well, look at that one. Box knives. Little small one. Pretty wild. I wonder, I think this one said, the tab I clicked on was exclusive, but these aren't, I don't think all these are exclusive. There's a Hogue. Sabenzas. There's a fish and bird knife. Literally. Fish knife. Huh. Pretty wild. Lion steel. Wonder what other lion steels they have. They're Italian. Quattro. Wonder if they have ones like the SR1 still in stock over there or something that you can't get here. Like, I like that one a lot. That's an integral. That's a nice looking integral. I love that milling. The clip. What's going on with the clip? Does it pop out? Is it spring loaded? How does that clip work? Now I want to know. NFC. Oh, their knives have an NFC payment thing built in them, so you can hold your knife up to the... What? Really? Oh, you push the... Yeah, it does. It does come out to where it's parallel with the knife. I was hoping that was the case. But yeah, they have... just scan the box. Hold on. All new rock knives are equipped with an NFC chip on their box. It's just on the box. Alright, that's no big deal. I thought they put it in the knife. What the heck? Yeah, there's a SR 11. That's an integral too, I believe. SR 22. Yeah, that's an integral also. They have a few good integrals. Is that an integral? Yep, that one is too. Yeah, it's super cool seeing knives like this that you don't see over here in our knife stores as much. I mean, you can get some of these knives, but not, like I said, it says exclusive folding knives was the category I clicked on. I'm going to have to drop this website. Wonder if I can just copy the English. Wonder if this link works. I'll have to throw this in the links channel for the Discord to other people to check out. See if that link actually works. Yes, it takes you to the English version of the site. All right, cool. Go back and look at a few more. PMP, Spartan, liner lock. It's a good price on it. Morning, John. What knife did you find, Paul? Go through a few more pages of this as Paul gets us a link. I wonder if we can find a Warncliffe like PM2 something. There's a Canis. What is that? Don't see any warnies. Except for the Yo Jumbo and Yo Jimbos. The SR2 Mini. Enjoy spending time with your son, Mr. John. All right, we made it to the end of the exclusive section. Yeah, let me see what the conversion is on this price. $485. So let's go see DLT Blade HQ. See what they cost here. $389. Is that the same? Yep, maybe the same one. Yep, maybe. Their pictures look way better on their site. Is that milling? Same? I guess it is. So you can get that one here. It's definitely not exclusive. I didn't figure a lot of them were exclusive. I just telling you what it said on the website. Yeah, I like that knife. But about $100 more expensive over there, which makes sense. But it's coming from Italy, so that's kind of weird. What oh, M. Custa? Yeah. Pretty sure I've possibly seen that knife, but let's go look at it. Is that the what am I looking at here? We definitely went to their website one time. That's not the same one you're talking about. That's a different one. You said bushy sword. Oh, it's this one. Wow, that's a lot of pink, purple. Pink. Purple. I guess it's purple. It's borderline pink. Yeah, that's a pretty cool knife. Knives are life. I mean, keep it scale stupid. See you later, John. Yeah, it's got the VG10 core blade. Definitely an interesting knife, Mr. Paul. Wonder what automati, speed assist. Weird. Automati. Karambit knives. After getting that little knot clone, it makes me want to get more Karambit style knives. I don't know, man. This thing is just comfortable. So weird. I wouldn't have thought putting your pinky in something would make it feel more secure, but makes sense. It definitely ain't going nowhere. We didn't take this one apart and take that ring out yesterday. We got busy on other things. Guess we could, until y'all tell me something else to look at, guess we could do that this morning. See how many parts and pieces this thing comes in. Where are my screwdrivers? And I got a mess over here beside me. All right. Where do we start? Let's see. Well, I've already taken these two back ones off once, so we'll do that again. I got to remember where they go, so I'm going to put this one on this side. And the clip one I'll put with the clip. All right. We got those lined up there. Then we'll go into here, see what this does. All right, that just holds this side piece on with some Earl. And that loosened up the other side piece. More Earl. Has that got a... Yeah, that one goes all the way through, I think. Yes. All right, so that goes with Earl. That goes with Earl. That goes there. All right. Now we got... Oh, now the backspacer can move. But we still have to get that little tube out of there to get the backspacer out. To get that little ring out. Let's take off this side piece. Man, these Weehaw bits are the bomb. Alright, so I'm sure that loosened that little panel. And this one loosen this little panel. And now all we got's the pivot, I guess. Pivot is giant, that's for sure. And it screws out from both sides. So it's got a, there's that little panel. I didn't pull this one off, but I guess it comes off. And then there's Earl everywhere. So now we should be able to take off this side of the scale, which we can. Which has a bearing. And now we can take this off. And how do we get this out of here? Aha. There we go. Now, this only fits in half of the backspacer here. So this fits in the backspacer like so. But they left it to where the backspacer is all the way the same width. So you can put it back together without having that in there and it won't cause a problem. I'm going to wipe off all this Earl. While I got it here. Let's see, this had some Earl on the inside. That one's good. One had a little bit of oil. That one had a little bit of oil. All right. Well, there's all the parts to it. Does have a lot of parts. Somebody said that it looked like it was 39 parts yesterday, and it about looks like that. So, let's start by putting one of these pivot sides back on so that the blade won't fall out. Alright, now we got one of those back on. Blade is in place. Then we got the back spacer needs to be put in. Like so. And then this other side of the scale can go on. The bearings have plenty of oil on them. Alright. Then we can put the other side of the pivot on. I can just use my fingers to tighten these. Pretty wild. Alright. Then we can put this side back through from over here. Line up with the back spacer. Whoops. Come on, act right. There we go. Alright, so we got that one back on. Kind of. What's going on with it? Where does it go? Alright, it goes up there. Oh, it sits on top. I got you. That back spacer pin is not lined up right. Something. There we go. Now it popped into place. Alright, that goes there. Then this goes here. These screws go in here. That one goes there. Let me get this one in before I lose my placement. A lot going on this knife. Alright, that one's in. Now I'll put this one in. And now that I know that you can push this back pin out without taking it all the way apart, we don't have to take it all the way apart again. Alright, that one's in. Now the clip one is the only one left, it looks like. Alright. That clip can just rotate. That's no good. What keeps it in place? Just pressure? Yeah, I thought the clip stayed in place last time. Do I have to clip on the wrong side? I do. That's what it is. I knew the clip stayed locked in place when I had it the right way. Put the clip on the wrong side. It was all bowed up too, funny. So I knew something was going on. Yeah, it's got a little detent place down here to keep the clip from spinning. Thought that something was wrong with the clip. There we go. Once I get it tightened up on this side, I can tighten the clip and it won't spin anymore. All right. There it goes. Locked into place now. All right. Does it still work? Yes, but I just finger tightened the pivots. See if it still closes about the same. And it's a little bitty 3-finger knife now. But it's still pretty comfortable. Huh. That wasn't nearly as bad as I thought. Morning, Sever. See you later, Michael. Thanks for hitting that like button, John. Everybody's sleeping in this morning or doing something on that Saturday, but ones that are here, if y'all don't mind hitting that like, that'd be awesome. I don't know what's up with the centering on this thing. I guess maybe because it's got these giant pivots. I'm not sure what I did. Detent feels great, but the centering is off a little bit. Might need to use the old paper trick on this one. But I think you can put this back ring back in without having to take apart the whole knife, now that I know that. You have to take off. Yeah, all you have to do is take off these little side pieces right here. And you can push this pin all the way through, I think. If I can put it back in. Yeah, so you can push this out now. Put the ring back in. Maybe. How does it go? Where does it go? Ah, it goes right there. You can do that, and then you can put this back in. And hope it's all lined back up. Has it got a D-shaped? Something ain't going back in. Just bang on it if you can't get it. No, it went all the way back through. So it's something with the ring not lining up. Aha! I had it backwards. You have to lock it in. Alright. Now I see, said the blind man. Now it's going back through. Maybe. Come on. Line up. So funny. Just bang on it. It'll fix it. No, it will. Nope. You might have to take it all the way back apart to get that back in. Feels like it wants to go, but it doesn't. Oh well. Guess I'll leave the little ring out for now. Because I don't feel like taking it all the way back apart right now. Now it's not lining up again. And I put that on the wrong side. My goodness. What a mess. Put the clip back in. How about that? Now we'll put this. I had it on backwards. That's what it was. Oh my God. Just shot a screw across the room. There we go. Yeah, you have to pretty much take it back apart to get that ring back on there. Not that crazy of a knife, though. I thought it would be a lot more parts. The blade seems to be centered now. Yeah. That's good. I don't know what I did to fix that, but... what links? Sever? You put them on the Discord or something? Oh, the Dalibor? I think he's talking about the Dalibor and the... he's talking about these two links. I would wish this one was bigger. Too small. For my hands. I think he's talking about that knife and the recurve Flipper Elite crypt. Was the one that I looked at on Reddit that I was going to buy, that crypt, was it a recurve? I didn't even pay attention to that. I hope not, because I don't like recurves, but... Whoops. Oh, it wasn't the crypt, was it? It was... It was the Abyss. It was the Abyss, yeah. It doesn't have a recurve. Thank God. But yeah, the crypt definitely... I thought I wanted a crypt. I like it without the flipper, that's for sure, but now that I see it's a recurve, is the regular crypt a recurve as well? Oh no, so they got a regular one. There we go. There's a better blade. So they got both versions. They got the recurve version and the... Yeah, I like the plain version. I didn't think... Because the crypt was one I was wanting. I didn't think... Yeah, so the original crypt with the flipper tab doesn't have a recurve. Thank God. I mean, the recurve makes it look more aggressive, I guess, but I just don't like recurves. There's a Flipper Delete regular one, so we're all good in the world. We're all good in the hood. Yep, that's a pretty knife. That's the two links he posted, was that one and that one. And that's a beautiful knife. I just wish it was about a ½ inch longer. And they finally got a picture of the back of it. Thank God. Knife companies, if you make an integral, make sure to post pictures of the back of it, because that's what I want to see. Yeah, the other one I like is the Creature. So it's plain enough for me. But their other stuff has crazy, like this one has a hole down the middle. So does this one. That's the plexus. The Necronaut is okay. But this one has the Nebula plexus. Oh, that's the plexus again. Yeah, and the Automaton. That's the other one I like, because that one has a plain look. And they have a satin. They have that one. That's not too crazy. But I mean, I guess if you get an Arcane, you're getting one because you want it to be a little crazy. Why not go full crazy? Get a hole in the blade. Yep. I think I'm going to carry an integral today. I think I might make an offer on that knife. I don't think it's sold. I sold my Raptor. And I sold that Tucson. Guy bought both of them. I sold the Raptor that I wanted to sell. Kept my other one. And I wish that one wasn't carbon fiber. I might, if it was full tie on both sides, I might throw him an offer on that one too. So, what should I offer? He's got it listed for $375. I want to offer him $325. What has what do they sell for new with that pivot collar? I don't think you can buy them with that. That's an add-on. But the Abyss is not even on their site anymore, is it? Nope. Yep, I'm going to have to offer him $325. I know he won't take it, but no, Nick, I missed. Somebody bought it out from under me. They paid more than I wanted to pay, but I'm winning the bid on one right now. I think it's the last one too, so I might have to go up because after it's sold, it said there was no more in stock, and then it got relisted because I guess the guy didn't pay for it. But I'm winning the bid on it right now. But I think it's the last one. So I'm going to try to go, because I can buy one at White Mountain Knives. Let's see what. Well, they might be sold out. Yeah, they are sold out on White Mountain Knives, but they were 99, so I don't want to, and 10% off would bring it down to 90. So the one that sold last night with the $9 shipping, I think it was more than 90. And I got to pay tax on eBay too, so I got to get it for let's see. I need to get it for $80 with the $9, so $71 is about all I can pay. Yeah, it is a cool looking knife. I wish it had M390. I kind of want to hold off and wait till they make an M390 version, because I know they will. It's going to be a good enough seller that they're going to offer an M390 one. Love the front flipper. I love the flipper tab, how they cut off the corners. Whenever they cut off the corner to put a flipper tab, that means when it's open, it doesn't stick out the side like that. So I don't mind flipper tabs with a recessed corner like that, because it doesn't stick out and ruin the lines of the knife. So I like that. I like the front flipper. I like the little keyhole fuller. I like a lot of things about that knife. That's a sharp looking knife. I like that the milling on the clip follows across. Yeah, that's a cool knife. All right, guys. Hope y'all have a great Saturday. I'm going to start winding this one down. What they'll do to low ball offer on that Abyss and make him mad. Paul's going to buy a pink knife today. But I hope y'all have a great Saturday and a productive Saturday. I've got to get some more knives shipped off. The OK Knives guy finally just answered me. When I told him he needed to make a round hole version of his knife with the milled one. And he said this version of Spyderco is still being made. I know that. Don't be scared. Go ahead and make it. You're in China. Y'all don't mind hitting that like button on the way out if you haven't. That'd be awesome. But yeah, I told the OK Knives guy that he should make a version of the new milling pattern. We'll go look at that real quick. But the C229 AliExpress. Let's see. C229 knife. Oh, it's not a C229. Yeah, there it is. So I told him he needed to make this one with the milling pattern like this with a round hole, and it would sell. And he said that Spyderco is still making that knife. But he needs to make an M390 version with the round hole and take the OK off the blade. Because these milling patterns are cool. They're like the brown, like the Cortex. And he even put, I mean, that's a super cool looking knife. Oh, one more thing I wanted to show y'all before we leave. I did an unboxing of that fixed blade that I got from HX Outdoors yesterday. And something I didn't notice about it, which is super cool. So it's the one, it comes with the fire steel built in. It's got a super comfortable handle. Very comfortable handle. And it's got titanium nitride coating on the blade, so it ought to be really durable. But I started looking at these symbols on it when I was doing the review, and I realized that one shows a little campfire, and it's got a place where they made a 90-degree, and it's even, you can see that it's cut out. But they put a place to strike the fire steel. They put a place to strike the fire steel on the back of the blade. It's a perfect 90-degree angle, and it works great. As you can see. But yeah, I thought that was a cool addition that they added on the back of that knife. Yeah, it looked like a REK logo, didn't it? I don't think it is. But that's what I thought it was too, Nick. I think it's let's go look one more time. It's actually not, but it's very similar. I think it's I don't know what it is, but it's not the REK logo. Let me get this image. So the REK logo actually says REK. Pretty sure. Come on, website. What is going on with the internet? Why is their website not loading? All right. I can just go to images. There it is. So that's their logo. It looks very similar. But it's not the same. Let's see. Let's get a close-up of it. Yeah, I don't know what it says behind it there. Got a bird in the front. It's different, though. I don't know what it is, Nick. Yeah, I want that Shaman reblade. I will own one. I definitely will own one. Have you seen the Shaman reblade, Nick, that we got made by the guy on Etsy? So Andrew bought one and sent him a shaman, and then we worked on the blade shape to look more like the REK reblade. And he did a great job. So let me show you. I don't know where. He might have posted it in the modding. Hold on. Let me show you the Etsy guy's REK reblade. But we got him to work on the blade shape, so it was more like the REK one. He didn't want to copy it exactly. But he got pretty close. I think it was the day before we started making this knife. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Where did he post it? Oh, there's the PM2 blade. Hold on, let me turn off. Yeah, that's what we heard about the heat treat, but we're gonna find out because 2 people have one now in the channel. Dang it. Where did he post it? Oh, I know where he posted it. He posted it in Knife Picks, I think. Yeah, here it is. It looks great, though. So he sent him the scales and everything back with the knife. But it looks really good. I love the look of it. And it only cost about $400 total for the whole thing instead of $1,100. And the front flipper works. Of course, you don't have to have that big tab sticking out on a shaman to front flip it. I don't think everybody knows that you can front flip a shaman. But you can. The jimping's good enough. As long as you get a good grip on the jimping, you can front flip them. I mean, I guess people know that. I just don't ever see anybody doing it. Yeah. Well, all right, guys. We've already tried to end it twice now, so definitely going to end it now. Pushing the 2-hour mark. I got to get to the post office. Y'all have a great day. We'll be here again tomorrow.